Okay, now let's see the further commands. Okay, so we have completed like almost 9 commands of Sqoop. So let's see the 10th command, what the 10th command says to us. Okay, so the 10th command is saying us speeding up the transfers. Now what we are trying to do is we are trying to import the data from relational databases to HDFS file system. So when doing this, we can normally what Sqoop does is internally it splits the data into 4 parts, and the parallel inheritance is done in the map reduce by creating 4 mappers and processing the data in 4 threads. But after that also still we can improve the performance. Okay, and how we can improve the performance? By this option hyphen direct mode. We will not be able to see a much difference on this. The reason being is like we have a small amount of data, but still let's understand what this command says to us. So what this command says to us is Sqoop can only perform direct mode imports for only few databases. Okay, so if you see the limitations, the node command, what it says, the limitations of faster import. Sqoop can only perform the direct mode imports from Postgres SQL, Oracle, and Netezza. Okay, so as of now, only these three databases are supported, and now we are using MySQL. But again, MySQL also has a native utility like MySQL dump and MySQL import. If you see the second point, binary formats like sequence file or Avro won't work with direct mode. So there is one more limitation, that your file format should be other than this. Either it could be Parquet format, either it could be a text file format, or so on. Okay. So the third point says is when using direct parameter with import query, Sqoop will take advantage of MySQL's native utility like MySQL dump and MySQL import rather than using JDBC connection. So when we try to execute some Sqoop command, we try to give we try to say Sqoop import, then we say JDBC connection. So what happens is Sqoop tries to establish a connection over a JDBC to your MySQL database. Okay, and sometimes the connection which happens via JDBC it can be a little time consuming. So to overcome that, or to overcome the performance, the hyphen direct mode option is available to us. Okay, that's what it says to us. Let's try to hit this command and let's try to see, but majorly we'll not be able to see any performance over here. The reason being is like everything is in the Cloudera single standalone VM and there is no huge amount of data, but let's still execute this command. So what we'll try to do is, can you open your commands here and let's try to execute. So let's try to build a command Sqoop import etc etc. Sqoop import the JDBC connection, the username, the password and the table common arguments. Can you increase the font size? Control plus is not working. For me it works. I don't know why or you all does not work. Can you press Control plus? Yeah, that is getting increased. That's fine. Yeah, thank you. I hope now syntaxes are like 4 to 5 lines of syntaxes are familiar with us. So we are trying to do a Sqoop import with the JDBC connection. We are trying to connect with the retail database, and you can take any of the table. So we are taking orders table over here. Okay, and the credentials would be username and password. So we'll have to use password file from now onwards. Remember yesterday we have created a password file and in that we have embedded the password. So we'll try to make use of that file from now onwards. Okay, and you just at the end you just need to specify hyphen hyphen direct. That's the only argument which we need to say. And in the first line, we are missing the backslash. Okay, this command looks good. Can we execute this command quickly? Okay, so this is you. Now we are using a MySQL database. So internally, it will use the MySQL's native utility, and they are nothing but MySQL dump or MySQL import. Can you see beginning there is one say beginning MySQL dump fast import path. So internally it is using that for to perform the fast import. So that is fine. That's not a concern. So this is just like a hyphen hyphen direct op argument which is being provided, wherein the Sqoop can import the data transfers quickly.
Sir,
Yeah.
hello. So, no need to specify that one, split by ID.
Yes. Why we need why should not we sorry why should not we specify the split by ID? Why we have not specified over here? Can someone say?
We already have the primary key not rest.
Yes, yes. If you do not have a primary key, then only you need to specify. Also,
So,
even if
yeah.
you have a primary key, still you can specify. It's your call.
So, which one will be at the end? I mean, the direct one will be at the end, or split by ID will be at the end?
There are no constraints. You can just shuffle up
Constant,
here
right?
and there. There are no constraints.
Okay.
Yeah. So who is presenting this? Roshan. Okay. So Roshan, can you just show the data where the data goes? By default, it writes the data into users home directory, right? So we are able to get ahead. Okay, so we are able to see the data in the respective file paths. Okay, so that is fine. Okay, any questions in this command? So there it's not be able to show the performance boost in this because the data and the thing is not. Can you just what was the time taken? Can you open the terminal where the Sqoop command got executed, or just scroll up? So it took almost like if you see the rate of per second is 31.56. Okay, and that is the time which it is taking. Okay, that's not a concern. Let's move on to the next command because this is not of so use.
I mean, yes, if, in real time, do we use normal,
Normal.
normal split, or do we use this MySQL dump direct method?
Mostly, see, mostly to speak with nowadays the projects are not using Sqoop. So they are trying to use the Spark, and from Spark they are trying to connect directly to your respective databases and directly bring the data to your HDFS area. But previously they used to use Sqoop.
Okay,
And when
okay,
the previously they used to use Sqoop, okay, so it depends from project to project. Okay, so when I started that, at that moment of time there was a project wherein, but we did not use this native because we were accessing the Oracle database.
okay,
So we have established the direct incremental load from the Oracle database where there was a control table kept, and when the control table used to refresh, then we used to access the tables and fetch the data. So we didn't use the direct method.
okay. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, yeah. So now let's try to see the 11th command. Now,
Insert one doubt
yeah,
here.
yeah, sure.
Here we are connecting to MySQL database, right?
right?
If you want to connect to Oracle or PostgreSQL,
Mm-hmm.
only that thing like connect JDBC, MySQL, that line I have to replace, right?
Yes, the connect, the credential JDBC MySQL. In spite of MySQL, there will be Oracle, and forward
Okay.
slash there will be like means the Oracle thin client will be there, and the user means whatever the JDBC connection of or host name will be there. We need to replace
Okay.
that. The username
Okay.
need to replace that, and the password we need to replace that. Three
So
arguments.
the port number also 151.
Yes, sir. Definitely, the port number also needs to get changed because for MySQL it's double
Oracle,
three
yes.
zero six. For Oracle is 1521. For Redshift it's like 5439 and so on.
Yesterday 5432, like that I can connect, right?
So what you said?
I told that for Postgres it is 5432.
Yeah, yeah. I was talking about Redshift.
Okay, okay,
Redshift
okay.
is at 5439.
Okay, okay. I'll try once. If I get any issue, then
Yeah, yeah.
I'll.
And but if you are trying to perform this, so what you'll have to do is your Postgres and your Oracle database should be within your Cloudera VM. Okay, you'll not be able to do access outside your VM.
That's correct.
Yeah, so that's one constraint for us.
So in this VM, whether Oracle is there or not?
There is no Oracle, but if you are means like if you know how to install, you can try installing that.
Yeah, I know how to install, but
Yeah,
I need to download. Right?
yeah. I mean, see, you can just try going there into the VM and do the same thing how we do. Just try installing. It should get installed. The only thing is I'm not sure about this machine. That's why I do not play with this machine. So I always
Okay,
play with my Ubuntu machine wherein I have all the settings over there.
okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay, fine.
yeah. But only few things will change. As you said, JDBC connection which will change. The second thing is credentials will change. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, let's try to see the yeah. So Roshan has started quickly. Thank you, Roshan. So now the second 11th command we are trying to see is the target directory. Now whenever we are trying to do Sqoop import, by default where the data was getting written, the data was getting written into users home directory, right?
Yes.
Now with the hyphen hyphen target directory option, I can specify HDFS path of my own choice. This gives me the flexibility to instruct the Sqoop not to write the data under the default directory, write the data at where I am telling. Okay. So remember we have created one, yeah, beautiful. So target directory user Cloudera input HFS. So remember this is the directory we have created, HFS. So under that you can just say any name of your choice. So that will be the directory. Okay, so we are trying to now see what Roshan has done. Roshan, quickly can you go to the PDF please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so what this 11th command says is import the data to target directory as I just discussed. So with this option, you can specify the directory path of your own choice in the HDFS file system. Okay, in spite of Sqoop writing the data under default directory, which is like user's home directory, it can write the data to any of your choice. Okay, so what we are trying to do is hyphen hyphen target directory option. With this option we are trying to write at a particular location. Okay, let's go ahead with the command then. So we have just Roshan has built one command, that is Sqoop import, connecting the JDBC connection. Now he's importing a different table, username, password, and can you see the last argument hyphen hyphen target directory. So he is trying to specify a path other than the user home path. Okay, let's execute this command now. So if anyone is getting issue, please let us know, because So now we are just changing one argument. Okay, we got some error. So no columns to get. So can you see the first error? What is the error, Roshan?
Yeah.
Yeah, no issue. So the driver has not received any packets. Okay. Sometimes it gives issue. So I think maybe some network connectivity. It looks like, because can you go to your, can you execute the syntax again? Okay, let's wait. So I think we are having a issue in hand. So it is telling that the driver has not received any packets. Can we go a little up? Okay, so the commands, like let's see the evaluate the commands. Sqoop import, connect, JDBC, MySQL, local. The spelling issue is there, Roshan. Line number 2. So can we go to the notepad? Yeah. Can we change the local host spelling? So we just need to remove extra A. Yeah, that looks good. So let's execute this. Let's clear off the screen. Yeah, hit it. So now what will happen? A table categories would be imported, but that will not be written under user's home directory. It will be written under user Cloudera input HFS path, which Roshan has specified. So at that part, the data would be written now. Okay. So everyone come here and get stuck. See, if you see there at the screen, it can say this transfer can be faster using the hyphen direct option. So that is fine. That's what we have seen a little earlier. So now the map task has done, and it has completed the data of 12,435 records. And can we go to the path now, please, and just validate the data where. Okay, so this is the part 5 got created and the data would be written. So just see 4 to 5 records, not more than that. So this will give all the data for all the files, like 12,435 records. That's fine, not an issue. You could have done, yeah, you could have done like after the part asterisk. So that is fine. We are quickly able to see the data, no issues. Okay. So any concerns while using the hyphen target directory option? So the only addition to it is, like with the hyphen target directory option, you can give a flexible, you instruct the Sqoop, do not write under user's path, write at this path. Okay. Okay, so let's see what is the next command. Okay, so hyphen delete target directory. Okay, remember yesterday, so what we were trying to do is, if we were trying to execute the same command, okay, so can you execute the same command against Roshan? It will throw us an error. Okay, so let's execute this up arrow, yeah, hit it and come back to the notepad. So this will throw error, will come back. Yeah, no, sorry, come to the PDF. Okay, so now hyphen delete target directory. What this option says to us is, before writing the data, if that directory is available, we'll delete that directory and we'll write the fresh data. That's what it says. This deletes your existing directory with all files within it and creates a new directory. Okay, the only thing is, we just need to add the argument that is called hyphen delete target directory. Okay, so that's the only addition which we need to do. So what it will do, if the directory is available, it will delete and write. If it is not available, it will write. Okay, but it will not throw an error. Can we go to the terminal? So we should see an error that file is or directory is existing. The path is existing. Can we see that error we have got? Yeah. So yeah, can you see that output directory? Yeah, down from down. So it's like yeah, that's part. Yeah, under that, right. So that is the part it is telling us this directory is already existing. Okay. So if we need to overcome, can we go to the notepad and create the new command? We just need to add one argument. So you can copy the entire command as it is. It will be, now we can do copy paste because mostly we are familiar with all the syntaxes. Okay. So yeah, so line line number 147, you just need to add one argument, that is delete target directory. Yeah, hyphen delete target directory. Only in the beginning you need to specify double hyphen. After that there will be only single hyphen. Okay, so just remember that. Yeah, so that command looks good. Now let's execute this. So now what it will do, if the directory is available, it will remove it and then it will try to load the data. So yesterday we were trying to do in a hard-coded method, which means that we were trying to remove the directory with the command called hdfs dfs-rmfnr. So we are getting an error and it is telling that some issue, so we are not able to identify that issue. So hyphen delete target directory. So user cloudera input, that looks good. So let's go to the syntax and let's, because the previous command got successfully increased, we just need to see. Can go to the PDF. So the target you have specified only like what you say, shortcut. We need to specify the target keyword full form. So we have just, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, let's execute this. So few syntaxes here and there. Okay, so we'll get to know this. Sometimes Sqoop is not so intelligent while throwing the error. Okay, and sometimes it tells us the specific error. So if it is not giving us the specific error at that moment of time, we need to troubleshoot the entire command which we have written. Okay, so that's where we need to take care.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, I just run the previous command, like specifying the directory where I
Okay.
need the part. So there it was successfully completed, but I was unable to see the part files there. So what I did is I again run the query. So definitely I'll get that the directories already exist, right?
Yes.
But right now I want to see whether it's already available. The part files are already available or not. So I have to use the command dfs hyphen ls, then that path, right? User
Right. Right.
cloudera input, then hfs or htf, whatever path, whatever the directory name I have, right?
Right.
But I'm not able to find anything. Simply the prompt.
Can you share your command? So let me just quickly. But if you're not able to access the path, you are saying.
No, I'm able to access the path, but there I do not find anything.
But did it got completed successfully?
Yes, it got successfully completed.
Okay. Okay.
Completed.
Roshan,
So
Roshan, is it fine just for us? I mean, couple of minutes, we'll switch off to the person. Just
Yeah,
stop
sure.
presenting.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, can you evaluate the data?
yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Present the screen. May I know who was that?
yeah, Manu,
Manohar. Okay.
I'll share.
Yeah. Yeah. There
Yeah, I'll
should
share
be
now.
certain syntax issue or might be some path issue. You might have just created something. So it is telling the directory
I'll,
exists.
I'll show you first. I'll show you.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
showing me it's a completed successfully, right?
Yeah, yeah, got it. Okay.
Okay, so after that, what I did is
Yes.
okay, okay, you leave it. Again, I did leave it. Now that will be available in this path, correct? Because
HDFS DFS hyphen user. Yeah. Can you show your command? So what was the path you give? So there is a typo error. HFT.
HFT. Okay.
So
No,
it
no,
is.
no. Directory is there. HFT
Acha
directory is
acha.
there.
Okay. Okay. No problem.
Two directory. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Got it. No issues. No. We don't need to see. I can understand that you might have executed and successfully completed.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so DFS user Cloudera input HFT. Okay, so can you just remove? Can you press up arrow and just remove HFT? Only three HFT and hit enter.
Two directories are there. HFT
Yeah, yeah.
and
Let
HFT.
me see that first. Okay, we are able to see the directory, so that is fine. Now, can you execute your command? Let's go to the command. Let's go to the notepad, please.
So
Okay.
already.
Yeah, yeah. So in spite of no. In spite of target directory, can you just write delete target directory because it will throw an error, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so just go in the beginning and just write hyphen hyphen delete target directory so that we can see both the command. Or you can copy the command. No. Just remove that, delete. Copy this entire command and make a new command at line number 12 which you are trying to pick. Yeah, so the two commands will be get separated. Yeah, yeah. Now write hyphen hyphen delete target directory. Yeah. No. Wait. Don't be in a hurry. So
Okay.
hyphen hyphen delete hyphen target. Can you write hyphen target directory? And after that, again, one more target directory option is there. Can you go to the syntax? PDF, left hand side. Yeah. So if you see line, I think you wanna just go down a little. So we need to specify this also. Yes. There are two arguments which we are specifying. The first argument, can you go back to the notepad, please? So hyphen hyphen delete target directory, you have written that, right? After
Yeah.
directory, yeah, just space
Okay.
and write hyphen hyphen. Why you are bringing into the new line? Let's take in a new, same line, right?
Okay.
Yeah, space hyphen hyphen target directory. Yeah, space. And at the end, you need to specify the file name or the directory name. I think that you have missed. So /. So which table you are importing? Testing, right?
Testing.
And testing does not have a primary key, which I can recall yesterday.
Yes, right.
So did you specify yes, you have specified the split by option. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you just specify after / write the testing keyword? So a directory would be created with the testing. Yeah, now let's execute this and let's see what are the issues and let's try to resolve that. Okay, hit it. So deleting the target directory if it is available, and target directory user Cloudera input HFT testing. Okay. Meanwhile, can you go to the other terminal and just type keep ready the path dfs ls user Cloudera input HFT. Just be ready with the path. Don't hit enter. So once the command is completed, so again at the beginning you have skipped the /. Yeah. So user Cloudera and whatever the path like input HFT or HFS. And the directory name is like testing. So don't do enter. Yeah. Once the previous screen shows us that it is completed, we'll try to hit this.
Okay.
Let's wait. Okay, so it has completed 4 records. Now can you hit enter? Okay, so we are able to see that. Are you getting?
Yeah, I got it.
So maybe some typo error or maybe something you might have missed. Or maybe the directory name you might have missed.
Okay.
If you see in the previous command, can you go to the notepad? I do not see the directory name. Line number 123. At the end, I do not see the after HFT. So that HFT directory is already created, right?
It was already created earlier.
Yes. Now
So
you are trying
inside
to
yeah.
so now you are trying to import the testing table, right?
Yes.
So you need to specify some name. So / either you can give any name like test123 or testing. Under that directory, your data will be imported.
It's not like already existing inside already existing directory.
No,
It will be
no.
said,
Hyphen target directory. What it says, hyphen target directory. So we need to specify the directory.
that means that was my mistake. I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
it.
So can you just type / and give some name. Maybe in future, if you try execute the command, you will get an error. Means you
Okay.
will be at the same place. Okay. Okay. Let's stop the screen and let's go back to Roshan then.
Yeah, thanks.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I mean, even HFT is also a directory. So files will not go and place it over there.
I just missed it. What you said?
I mean, in Mono case, so HFT is a folder
Right,
which is already exist. So
right.
if I give the existing path, so it will not go and reside in the existing folder.
No, no, it will not reside in the existing means it will reside in the existing folder, but you are trying to import a table called, let's say, ABC, right?
Yeah,
So for that ABC, you need to instruct one directory. Otherwise, it won't go. Like how we do in in the default directory, by default it does like users home and does. But when you are specifying the target directory, the name itself suggests target directory. It means that user can specify the target directory name.
okay, got
But
it.
but but when we are not specifying the hyphen target directory option, at that time Sqoop take over the control and it tries to create a new directory. If you have observed that,
Yeah,
yeah. So with the hyphen target directory, it gives a flexibility. We can change the name also.
yeah, yeah.
Correct. We can change the name also. In spite of giving testing, I can give Manoranjan also. So the Manoranjan directory will be getting created, and under that my part files would be generated.
Yeah.
But if we do not specify the target directory option, then it's like under the control of Sqoop.
Yes, I've got it.
Okay, okay. Let's make a move.
Yeah.
The hyphen append option. Okay. Now the hyphen append option, what it says is add data to an existing file in HDFS. Now don't be in a impression that hyphen append means it will adding the data, okay? Because once the data is into the HDFS file system, it will never ever change the data for that file, okay? But under that directory, it will keep on adding the data, okay? So we know what does what does the keyword or what does the word append means. Append means just to add to an existing layer. That's what it says. Okay. So can
Okay.
we go to the command and just copy the previous command and just write hyphen append. So what we need to do is we'll not need to delete the directory. Otherwise it will evaporate. Append the data to an existing directory or to an existing folder. Okay, so we can copy the means if you want to create the command you can type. Okay, so I think we just need to remove the delete target directory option, otherwise it will not append the data. Yeah, remove that. No, we just need to remove that argument only. Yeah, from there we just need to remove yeah, remove that. Yeah, remove the space also, and at the end can you write hyphen append argument. So what we are trying to do, earlier we were getting issue, so now with the hyphen append option we are instructing add the data under this directory. Okay, so we don't need to have a backward slash if you're writing on the same line. Yeah, remove it. Yeah, let's execute this and let's see. So what we are trying to do, there is one directory which is the name customers. So that directory is already existing and we are trying to add the data. So let's execute and let's see. So if you see, we are executing the same commands again and again. Only the arguments are changing here and there depending on the requirements. Yeah, please execute. Yeah. Okay, so we just need to be aware of all the syntaxes and the arguments depending on the requirement. Okay, mostly we will be performing if you are having an opportunity to work on the scope in the projects, mostly you will be getting an opportunity to do the incremental imports. Okay, that's where the scope is heavily used in projects. Other than that, like doing this is not used. So anyone is good in Linux? Anyone good with scripting? Okay, if you see that, it did not throw us error at this time, okay, because that directory was already existing. Now can you show the data, Roshan, please? We can make use of up arrow also, that command will be available. Yeah. So if you see now, part 4, 5, 6, 7 got added. Okay. So always remember, once the data is in the HDFS file system, we will not be able to modify. So the append option, it is not that it is writing in the individual file, it is writing the adding the data. It is creating new part files. Okay. So under the directory, new part files are getting added. So that's what we need to remember. Okay. So are we good with hyphen hyphen delete target directory and hyphen hyphen append option?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. So let's make a move then. Okay. Now there is one. Now see, importing the data inside parent directory. Now see, with the hyphen hyphen target directory, what we are trying to do, we are creating a directory. Okay, under that directory, my data is getting imported. Okay. Now there is one more argument which says hyphen hyphen warehouse directory. The name itself suggests warehouse. So if you take an example, means if you see what is a warehouse, where in warehouse you will have multiple stocks stored, right? So the same way here also, warehouse directory. Under warehouse directory, you will be having all your directories. Okay. So what this command says is, if you need to import the data inside parent directory, I don't want, let's say now what we are trying to do, hyphen hyphen target directory option. With that option, I am trying to specify a directory name, and under that directory name my data is getting loaded or part files are getting generated. But I don't want. What I want is, I want one directory, and under that directory my table directory name will be there, and under that table directory name my part file will get generated. Okay, that's what it is saying us, importing the data inside parent directory. So by default, Sqoop imports data to your home directory on HDFS. Okay, if you are not specifying the target directory option, and if we specify target directory option, it will specify to our path. Okay, but the hyphen hyphen warehouse directory parameter allows you to specify only parent directory, which means that whatever directory, parent directory I will be specifying, under that directory again one more directory will be there with my table name. Okay, here we will have the flexibility to only change my table name, but under, sorry, to only change my directory name, but under that my table name which I am trying to import will be the same, and the directory name will be the same. Understood the theoretical which I tried to explain? Once you see the practical, maybe you'll get a grip. Let's go to the command. Okay, let's try to create hyphen hyphen warehouse directory. Okay, so the username, password, everything will be same. So can we just remove the target directory option and we just write, yeah, remove the append also. Yeah, and just write the argument called hyphen hyphen warehouse directory. Now we are not using target directory, we are using warehouse directory, which means that whatever the directory name which we will be giving, under that, no, go hyphen dir only. Yeah, and the path of your HDFS file system. Okay, In place of customers, Roshan, what I would suggest is, can you give some name, anything, different name? Like this is the parent directory which we let's say customer parent, cust underscore par customer. Yeah, that, even that is fine. Let's execute this. So now what we are trying to do is, we are trying to create a directory that is a warehouse directory with the name custom underscore, sorry, custom pair. Okay, execute it. So
Okay,
under,
so
yeah,
it means that it will create two directories. One is the customer parent. Inside the customer parent, it will create one more folder, which is a customers, and then it will paste all the part files inside the customer folder.
right.
Okay.
Let's execute this and see the results.
Saif, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
So what is the difference between the append and the latest command, directory warehouse commands? It's almost the same, right? Like what we're doing.
It's not the same. Hyphen append, what it will do is, if you use the hyphen append command under a
Yeah.
particular directory, it will keep on adding the part files. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you say the hyphen warehouse directory, so warehouse directory, which means that under warehouse directory you can have multiple directories. Now you are having only one. Maybe there will be a scenario further. So let's say what I
Okay.
want to do is, I want to write more directories under this. After this, now which table you are importing, Roshan? Customers, right?
Yes, customers.
Now let's take an example. I want to import under same warehouse directory. I want to import one more table. Let's say orders. At that moment
Okay.
of time, what will happen? Under customer paired warehouse directory, I will have two directories. One directory with
Oh,
the name of the first table was customers, and the second table was name was orders. So that is the difference.
okay. So we can have multiple directories here in this
Yes,
one.
yes, yes. Now let's take a scenario. Now you doing like one by one, but in projects you will have under one table, sorry, under one database you will have, let's say 50, 60 tables, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You will not be importing manually one by one, right?
Correct.
So
Yeah.
at that moment of time, there is one more argument which we will be seeing ahead, that is import all tables. What will happen at that moment time? Under the database, I will import all my tables in one command only. So at that moment of time, we'll specify warehouse directory, because under
Oh,
warehouse directory, I can have multiple directories.
okay. Okay. Got it. It's like we are creating a warehouse kind of a thing in a
Yes,
scoop.
yes, yes. That's what I just said. So we are
Okay.
creating a web. Actually, my light is went, so I'll connect with. So, okay, okay. So the
Okay.
power came back.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
It's like customer P. P is capital, I think. Roshan.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we are. Can we see? We are able to see the customers directory now under customer pair, and now we'll have to do again ls under this directory, and then we'll be able to see the part files. Okay, got the concept.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Thank.
Let's make a move then. Okay, so that is done. Okay. Now, what is the 15th command? It is saying import all rows of a table but specific columns. Okay, got it. Now, see, now what we are trying to do is, we are trying to take now the restriction, the limitations commands are coming. Now, the 15th command is saying import all rows of a table from a database, but only take few columns. I don't want all the columns. I want only few columns. At that moment of time, I can use an argument called hyphen hyphen columns. Okay. So
Okay.
these are the two restricting. After this, we'll be seeing the where clause. Okay. These are the two restricting commands wherein I'm just trying to provide a limitation. So in spite of all the 100 columns, I'm just importing 5 columns only. I can do that also. I can do that with my hyphen hyphen query option also, okay? But here I'm trying to make use of my arguments. So let's try to see the hyphen hyphen columns option. So first we'll have to see what are the columns available, and means like we just need to specify a couple of columns from a database table. Yeah. So yeah, any table, describe any table. Yeah, you can do select also, and just limit the records to 5 or 10. Otherwise we'll get everything and we'll not be able to see the column name. Okay, so there are 3 columns: category ID, category, let it be as it is. So out of this 3 column we'll just import 2 columns, even that is fine, right? So
Yeah.
that will solve the purpose. So let's execute the let's create the command. So the command would be the same like import. Yeah, just try to create the command and let's see. So in spite of warehouse directory, I would suggest go for target directory. Let it be, let it be. Do Control Z. Yeah, just remove that warehouse and write target keyword. Yeah. So the command would be the same like what we are trying to do: scope import, connect JDBC connection, same table name we are trying to import, the username is root, the password is using the password file, and the target directory option. Okay, and okay, so this directory should not be available. Cool. And can you just give the argument that we are trying to see hyphen hyphen columns, and in double quotes we just need to segregate the respective columns with a comma. Can you go to your MySQL and double click on any of the 2 column which you want? Yeah, category ID and category name we can take. Yeah, that should be good. Let's copy this and can you just go to the PDF quickly? I just want to verify whether the double quote or a single quote. I assume it's double quote. Yeah, let's execute this, and it is asking mapper1, but let's because that table didn't had the primary key. Execute this. So after this we'll see one command and then we'll try to see the yesterday's distribution issue. Okay, so with this hyphen hyphen columns, what we are trying to do, we are trying to input only few columns, nothing else. So it is giving us an error. So it is telling that, what it is telling, category ID. Can we see where there is issue with the category ID?
Table name, we selected a different one here.
Okay, no issues. That is fine. That is fine. No issues. Okay, so we are trying to import few columns. So this weekend actually there will be some practical assignments which will be assigned. Okay, so try to do that because that will evaluate your knowledge on Sqoop. Okay, so
Yeah.
So if I need to delete the director first, right? Otherwise,
it's Yeah, means if the directory name which you are specifying, the hyphen hyphen target directory option, if it's available, yes, then we need to delete.
Okay.
But here we have used warehouse directory right earlier, so that's why we are not getting an error.
Okay.
For you, if the directory is available, then definitely you'll have to specify the hyphen hyphen. But earlier what we did is we used the hyphen warehouse option, hence we didn't got error.
Yes, yes.
Otherwise we would have also got error.
This one I changed it.
Okay,
So
you changed the name to one or what?
yeah,
But still, even if you would have gone with without the same name, because if you see under warehouse directory, then your directory name is coming, right?
yes.
So it would have not thrown an error. But
I
that is
mean,
fine,
but in terms of this argument, so what it will accept, what it will try to do is it will try to create a directory
right?
that already exists.
No, no,
So
no,
it does
no, 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 no,
further.
no, no. But that is available under customer pair, and under that directory is available, right?
Uh, yes, I mean, okay. If you are saying if you give the target directory also, it will create one more folder with the name
No, 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 no,
categories.
no, no, no. It will
No.
create no. It will create only one folder, which is you are trying to give pair one.
Yeah, this one, which means if this will give, if I run this command, this it will try to create this folder customer path.
Acha, acha, you
Okay.
gave customer par only. Okay, okay, okay. I thought you gave the same table name categories. Got it, got it. Right, right, right. You are right.
Okay.
I thought you gave categories as a table directory name.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we see the data for two columns in the SDFS file system quickly?
Yes.
Okay. And can we see the part file data, any of the part file data? SDFS, DFS hyphen cat, do a double click and don't hit enter. Okay, you have hit enter. No issues, no issues, that is fine. After that, you can just apply a pipe symbol and you can just write, okay, we don't have lots of data. Okay. Can we see only two columns are imported in spite of three columns? Okay, so we can restrict the columns also. Okay, so the same way how we are restricting the columns, we can restrict the rows also with the next command. Can we see that next command and we can stop? Or else we'll stop for today. So I think we'll see this tomorrow, because or else this is like interrelated. Can you just come a little down? So we just need to write a where clause, okay? Or because these are interrelated. Now what we have done is we have restricted column, right?
Yeah.
Now we can restrict the rows also. Okay, so what is the condition? So I just need to apply a where clause.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So let's do that, and let's see that. So in place of means, just remember that use where clause, we are restricting the data, and in the 15th command we are restricting columns. Okay, yeah. So we don't need to. Yeah, you can go for where columns, both the thing, but I would suggest remove the where the columns names. Now where what we are trying to do is, yeah, category ID greater than whatever your call. Okay, execute this. If you want to keep, you can keep that also.
Yeah.
It's your call. Okay, now it will throw an error.
Yeah. Because the folder is already there.
Yes, yes, yes. So add an argument called delete target directory ahead of line number 181. Okay, even that is fine. Make it 2. It's your call.
They,
Yeah. Make use of the things what we have learned so that it will be hitting in your syntaxes and you would be recollecting it. Yeah. So now execute this. So now what we are trying to do, we are trying to import with JDBC connection credentials with the password file, If the directory is existing, please delete that. Okay, create a new directory. Under that directory there will be few columns, and we did not copy it. Okay, we have missed. Can you just stop that? Control C. We have not, you did not give a backward slash for the last argument. That's why we missed that. Can you go back to the notepad? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you copy this now again? Yeah, let's execute it again. Yeah, hit it. So when we are writing in one line at that moment of time, we don't need to worry about this backward slash. But if we are in writing in multiple lines, we just need to be extra careful that all the lines are being separated with the backslash. Nothing else. So it's a common. Okay. Majorly, we will be using the SQL queries. Okay, if you are trying to do Sqoop import, so that will be seeing. Now if you see in this command, we have embedded so many arguments. Okay, so like delete target directory, then the hyphen columns, hyphen where. You can add append also. Means it's up to you how you want to construct your Sqoop command and what you want to achieve. Okay, it's not a limitation. Sometimes it will give you a limitation that this will not be supported. So at that moment of time, we just need to analyze the command at what we are trying to import, what we are trying to achieve. And the argument and the sequence does not matter. Okay, so some means at some places I have seen a little, but majorly 95% or 98% your up and down sequences won't matter. You can write any command anywhere. Yeah, can we see the, so here we should have the category id greater than 2, right?
Yeah.
So means only one record would be skipped.
Yeah.
That is fine, that's not an issue. So can you see in the first part file? Okay, so if you see greater than 2, we said, so first two records were skipped. So we are getting the data from 3rd to 16th. Okay, and the remaining data will be there as it is. Got it? So we can restrict the data, we can restrict the column also. If you want to restrict the columns, use hyphen hyphen columns argument. If you want to restrict the data, we need to use hyphen hyphen where clause. Are we good till here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, so let's try to see that yesterday's data distribution and then we'll close the session. Can you just go to your SQL table? Do you have the table which Manoranjan created yesterday?
Let me create it now.
Yeah, yeah, let's, or Manoranjan, do you have, can you Manoranjan paste this create syntaxes in the chat?
Okay.
So it will just quickly we'll do copy paste and we'll make a movie. I think we have something. Don't, Manoranjan, we have something.
Yes, yes. Yesterday in the WhatsApp I think.
Yeah. So can you create a table? I think there is already second screen we have. Okay, we just quit it from there. Right. Yeah. Can you create one table? So we are creating which table? File test. There are two columns. Okay, that is fine. And what are the records we are entering? 1 to 4 to 10. Okay, no issues.
This one, not this one.
Anything, whatever you want to insert. It's, yeah, you can enter the second one.
Okay, okay.
Anything. So you'll have to create that table again. Yeah. Anything is fine. We can see the date, means we'll try to test anything. So it's not that only the yesterday scenario. We'll test that on any table scenario. So that should work on all the things. Yeah. Can you show the so we have how many, can you hit the command, uh, 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 let's connect it. Up arrow. So we are having four records: 100, 101, 103, 121. Okay, that's fine. Can you can you import this? Go to the Sqoop. There is a Sqoop import command, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just import this and come back to this notepad. We'll change the. We'll not worry about. Once we finish that, we'll go. Yeah, hit it. And is that available earlier?
No, I think.
Okay, let's come to the notepad. Okay, now let's try to see. Okay, now how many records we are having? 10, 100, 101, 103, and 121. Remember? So
Yeah.
can you remove that line number 67, 1 to 30, 31 to 60? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, remove that one. Actually, yeah, remove that thing. Beautiful. Okay, so see now how many records we are having? We are having the records from 100 to 121. So what is the minimum boundary?
100.
Maximum?
121.
Okay, so from 100 to 121 in total, how many records are there?
22.
Okay, 22. Okay, so if you divide, can you do? I hope everyone is getting. If anyone is having questions, please ask. Okay, so if we divide 22 divide by 4, how many records will be coming? 4 5s are
5 point,
20. So
5
let's
point.
say 5 point something. Okay, so
Yeah.
can we take like uh, one table? Sorry, one part file will have 6 and other part file will have 5. Somewhat like that. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you just after split by? Can you just hit enter? So how many records? So min, can you just write whatever we discussed? Can you just write min? Min equals to 100, max equals to 121, and total records would be 22. And if I divide total records by 4, I will get something. Okay, so let's say from 100 to, so I have 22 records or 21, whatever it is, fine. Just one record here and there, it does not matter. So 22 divided by 4, just write there only. 22 divided by 4 equals to, let's say, 5.5, just to for our understanding purpose. I know it is not correct, but somewhere near 5 point something it will come, right?
Yeah. 5.5.
Yeah, so that, okay. So let's come back here only, okay? Can you just go to the line number 70 and delete that line number 70? Yeah, a little. Can you just scroll a little down so that, yeah, yeah, that is fine. Thank you. Now, see, now what is happening is a little up because we need to see the data also, right? A little up,
Yeah.
a little up, a little up. Fine, I'm good with it. Okay, so how many records we are getting? We are getting 4 records, right?
Yes.
Okay, and if you see how many, so the minimum is 100, the maximum is 120, and if I take from starting from 100 to 21, I'm having 22 records, and if my default number of mappers are 4, on the basis of that, the count is coming, let's say 5 or 6. What will happen with this calculation? Each part file should have either 5 record or 6 record, correct?
Yes.
So that is what my assumption is. Okay, now let's take for the first file we'll have take 6 records, and the rest file will take 6 6 12 and 5 5. We'll take that scenario. Okay, so don't worry about 1 data coming here and there. It should not matter. Okay, now let's try to see. Okay, so the first file, how many records will come? 6 records, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, after that, yeah, just write 6 records and hyphen. Beautiful. So can we write 6 records? Yeah, 5 anything is fine. So just make a count to 22, because that should, yeah, that is fine. Internally it will bifurcate, but as of now, for understanding purpose, we are trying. Can you come to the first? Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now first part file, how many records should have? Either 5 or 6, correct?
Yes.
Let's take a scenario that, okay, now the my count should start from where? Can you write 100 hyphen to 106 or 7, correct?
Yeah.
Can you just after that, no, after 106, can you just specify space hyphen hyphen and just write part 1 file,
Okay.
part 0 file, sorry, part 0 file, part 00. Now can you do the same calculation for second and third and fourth? So from 107, let's add 5, it will be 112 something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that will have under my part 1 file. Okay, let's go for 113 plus add, let's say 6, let's go 119. Anything like it, just like it's like we are just adding 5 6 records for understanding purpose. Okay, and let's go for remaining 119 to, let's add 5 124 and part 3. Okay, now can you come before part file 1 and can you just press, yeah, part file 1, part file, sorry, part 0 file, my sorry, space hyphen hyphen, no, in front of that only. Can you delete that line, please? The line number 71. Yeah, can you just space after part file? Yeah, hyphen hyphen. Okay, now how many records we are getting, Roshan? In the table we are having 4 records, right? Line number
Yeah.
56 to 59.
Yeah.
Okay, so in my first part file, how many records should come? 6 records, right?
Yes.
And that should be under 100 to 106, right?
Yes.
So 101 100 101 103. Can you write those 3 records here? 101 100 comma 101 comma 103, correct?
Yeah.
Second part file will having how many records?
0.
Beautiful. Third part file, how many records?
0.
Fourth part file, how many records?
1 record.
What is that record?
1.
Let's go to the data now. Can we see the data now? Let's see. What is the path you have given? SGFS testing. Yeah, testing is fine. Okay, can you see part 0 is having some data, part 1 is not having any data, part 2 is not having any data, and part 3 is having some data. Can you just show the data for part 1 and part 3 file?
Yeah.
Can you go for the last part file, please? Okay, so are we understanding now how the data distribution is happening?
Yes, sir. I think from my side, I'm clear now.
Ashutosh, I think you had some issues. Like, so the count is not from
Clear.
1 to 21. Okay, so the count is from 100. That is what I wanted to say yesterday, but I was not able to say in the chat appropriately.
So actually, we were calculating from 0 to 121, right?
Yeah,
So that is
yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah. So that was actually I was not able to say rightly in the chat, but the
Okay.
count starts from because see, definitely the count will be from 100 to 20, total will be 21 records. but the actual data counting of my record will start from 100 because that is the minimum, right? It will not start from 1.
Yeah, it will take min and max of ID.
Yeah, that was actually I was not able to say in chat properly, so hence we were getting some issues. We can test one thing also, Roshan. What we can do is, can you just enter one record which belongs to, let's say, second part file and third part file? We can do the same thing also, and we can test that. So it, the only thing is, like, internally I don't know how many, 6 records or 5 records it will go with. That we just need to be worried about. Means I'll not be so exact, but we can just take 50-50. Yeah, one, and from the third part file, let's say, enter one more thing. Yeah, Manoranjan, no issues, your call is there. And one more record for third part file. Let's give like something between 100 and 15. Yeah, that is fine, let's enter these two records, and let's assume that this should go to my second and third part file. Okay, that is what the assumption is. And you'll have to add the direct delete target directory option, Roshan,
Yeah.
or else you can remove. Yeah, add that argument. No, hyphen target directory,
Oh, yeah, we have to.
and the path is user Cloudera and your directory name, because it will be your user directory. Yeah, hit it. The for, yeah, backward slash is missing. So the only thing is, like, internally 6565, that is what I'm just like worried about. Ideally it will take first records, first file 6. So if that means internally it will just say which file will have maximum and which file have a, because if the distribution is not like, so that is fine, just one record here and there, it should not matter. Sorry. So one part file is not having the data. I think the date means the data distribution. That is fine. Can we see the first part file, second part file, and third part file? And the last part file, please. So 116 and 100 and 116 and 121 is going in one part file. I think that yeah. So that's fine. Like we means we are just trying to specify that. So that is okay. So are we good with this? Like how the data distribution is happening internally with the min and max boundary queries and the dividation by 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
Play with the data. Hopefully, you will get the answer.